Alright, this is going to be a review of my 1983 Lakewood P-223 Box Fan in rose pink. I got this fan on eBay.com and I got it for a relatively cheap price of only around $103. As you can see, this fan is in very good shape for its age. There's very little yellowing. All the slats are intact, no cracks, no missing slats. Most importantly, look, the paint is in excellent shape for its age. Now without further ado, I'll start the fan on the high speed. Onto medium. And finally, low. And now, back to high. And open up spells off. Spin down time. And now for some more information on the fan. This fan is from 1983. You can tell because it is the last ever Lakewood box fan with plastic blades to ever have a full-size cabinet. You can tell it's also from that year because, as you can see here, the feet and the grills are separate, and there's a drill in the middle of the hub right there. For a 1984 model year, the cabinet was slimmed by about half an inch or so. The grills and the feet became one instead of two, or in this case, 3 pieces. So the actual parts came from approximately 6 parts, so 2 grills and 4 feet into just 2 parts, which is just 2 grills with actual integrated feet. And also in that year, they stopped putting drilled holes in the middle of the hub. This fan was actually purchased brand new at Walgreens on April 4th, 1984 as a clearance because this was the last of the full-size cabinet drilled hole and separate foot and grill plastic weighted Lakewood box fans ever built. Also, another thing to note is that this box fan actually runs on 115 volts. However, because this fan was actually built as an entry saver back then, obviously it can run perfectly fine on 120 volts, which is actually I'm doing right now. Now, for the pros and cons, and what I'll give it out of 5 stars. Starting with the pros. Well, one thing that I like about this fan is that it's in very good shape for its age. It is 42 years old and it's still working perfectly fine. The grills are in great condition. There's practically no yellowing. There's no missing slats. I absolutely love that the Lakewood sticker here is actually wood grain. Can I focus right here? Look. It's actually wood grain right here. Also, I like that this fan has 5 thick blades, very thick blades, because this is a 2nd generation Lakewood box fan. And I also love the fact that obviously, as with any 2nd gen Lakewood box fan, it has a full-size Macmillan motor on the back, which not only it's very reliable, but it also is shaded pulse, so it doesn't require the use of a capacitor. It just spins thanks to the electronic magnets rather than having a capacitor like in modern fans. Another pros of this fan is actually excellent build quality. The cabinet is super thick. The blades churn a lot of air. The handle is very strong. The speed dial and the speed dial control is very nice and responsive. And best of all, the screws actually go in without any fuss, unlike in most modern box fans where it'll bend a bit. As for the cons, well, there's not much cons about this fan, other than it was a bit dirty when I got it, so I had to clean it up a little bit. The grills had a bit of dust. I had to use a toothbrush and painstakingly remove the filth from most of, or if not all, of the slats, but there is still some that remains there. Another con is that unfortunately during shipping, one of the feet got damaged a bit, but I can easily repair this. And of course, one major con is that this fan is very heavy. Again, this was the last ever full-size cabinet Lakewood plastic-bladed box fan ever made for the model year 1983. Because again, for 1984, even though they kept the same blades, they stopped drilling holes in the blades. They made the grills and the feet as one, and they slimmed the cabinet just by half an inch. Obviously, this fan is not from 84, it's actually from 1983, or simply 83. But regardless, it's a pretty heavy fan. It's quite heavy, but again, it's not really a con because, you expect a fan this large to be that heavy. But overall, I'll have to give this fan a perfect 5 out of 5 stars. This fan is truly a fan of a bygone era, because the saying, them make them like they used to, because quite frankly, fans like these are quite literally a perfect example of they don't make them like they used to, because this type of fan, especially with these nice big blades that actually turn air, are unfortunately a part that is pretty much exclusive to 1980s, because unfortunately in 1985 Lakewood stopped making these fat-bladed second generation box fans. Thank you for watching, like and subscribe.